What's your greatest weakness? Is a question nobody likes in an interview, and yet it still gets asked all the time. Now, I have done another video about this, about the right way to answer, but today I want to talk about some things you definitely do not want to say when asked, what's your greatest weakness? Let's get started. I'm Cassandra, and I help motivated professionals build their careers and businesses through practical tips to gain career confidence. Now, before we get into it, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out, and give this one a thumbs up if you like interview content. And then I have to give my "you got a job" shout out to someone in our community who said their videos helped them and got them the job. Okay, today's "you got a job" shout out goes to Bonnie. Bonnie said that she practiced for hours. She watched all the videos. She would practice in her car, and she went through 3 rounds of interviews and got the job. So congrats, Bonnie. Putting in the work pays off. So I am so proud of you. Way to go. Now, if you at home want your own "you got a job" shout out, when you get a job, just come back on any of my videos. Let me know how they helped you and that you got the job, and you might be my next shout out, okay? I love celebrating you all and the hard work you've put in. Let's talk about this question that's just a real fun one to answer. So the first way you don't want to answer this question is to say, I don't know how to answer that. I can't think of anything. You're not a superhero. You're not perfect. You have some sort of weakness. And also, this question should never come as a shock. You should always be prepared for this question, and if you don't get asked it, then just be happy they didn't ask. Just in general, you can't say, I don't know how to answer that to any question in an interview. And yes, I have had people actually say that. So please don't. Second, you cannot try and spin a strength as a weakness, okay? This is old school advice that when asked, what's your greatest weakness, to say something like, oh, I'm just such a workaholic. I just have such a hard time balancing my regular life and my work life because I just work all the time. Like, okay, we get it. You're gonna do hard work for us. Or I'm just such a perfectionist. If it's not perfect, then I can't move forward. Like, we get it, you're detail oriented. That just doesn't work. So please, no trying to spin a strength as a weakness. Okay, third, don't say your weakness is something that is tied to the main part of the job. So if this is a job in sales and you say, I'm just really shy and I have a hard time talking to new people, well, guess what? You're not getting this job. So don't say it's something that's really tied to the actual position. Even if that is your biggest weakness, well, first off, you probably shouldn't be interviewing for this job because you're probably not gonna like it. But if for some reason you are, just keep it to yourself. The fourth one that comes up for me often is people giving what's called a hard skill as a weakness. So if I ask you, what's your greatest weakness? And you say, oh, I'm not really good at Adobe Premiere. That's not normally what they're looking for. They don't need you to say that you don't know a certain software or you don't know like a language, like, oh, I'm not really good at speaking Spanish. Well, do you have to speak Spanish in this job? No? Okay, so you don't need to talk about it. So nothing that's what's called a hard skill. Hard skills would be softwares, technical skills, protocols like CPR, any sort of languages, and anything dealing with social media. So don't name those. They want you to name what's known as a soft skill, something about you as a human that you know you need to develop a little more. So going with that, how to answer this? You want to use a weakness that is a real weakness you have, but is not directly tied to the job itself. They want to know you're human. Nobody is perfect. We all have flaws, and we all need to realize some self-awareness of what we might need to work on. So use a real weakness. What I recommend doing is going through the job description and seeing what the key skills are and the key characteristics of an employee in that position are, and then avoid those things. Now think through the weaknesses you have that aren't directly tied and wouldn't affect the job, but there's something you could work on, and then share how you've been working on it. So the one I give is that I am a person who has an opinion on everything. Even if it doesn't matter to me that much, if you said, do you want to go to McDonald's or Carl's Jr. today? I have an answer. It's Carl's Jr. Like, it doesn't matter that much, but I still have an opinion. So in meetings, I am the person who always has an opinion, who always has something to say, and I've realized that can be intimidating to others, or it feels like other people don't get the chance to voice how they feel, and so I've worked on it by making sure I don't always answer first. I let other people share their feelings, and then I might follow up with mine if my thought hasn't been voiced already. It's not detrimental to the job, right? Probably not detrimental to any job. So it works as a weakness because it is a true weakness. It is something I have to work on. So that's just one example. So I hope this helps a little bit. Make sure you're giving an actual weakness, but one that is not directly tied to the job. It's not a hard skill, and we're not trying to make something that's a strength into a weakness. Now, if you have questions about this or any other interview questions, please leave in the comment section below for me. I would love to answer those in an upcoming video. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. And if you need more interview help, I have a whole free interview prep checklist that you can get in the description box below. That'll help you out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!